Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, here at the 2017 Reese's Senior Bowl with Amba Etta Tawo, the outstanding wide receiver from Syracuse. Appreciate you taking time. And first thing I want to ask you, man, I wasn't a fast football player, by no means stretch of the imagination, but I do appreciate someone with speed. Now, you have speed, but you know how to use it. I think that's one part of your game that people don't really understand. And when you look at your route running, is that something you really want to work on going to Syracuse and finding yourself here at the Senior Bowl?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, prior to going to Syracuse, there's a lot of things that I wanted to focus on, but route running was one of the main things. Like you said, speed, in and out the breaks, knowing when to use the speed is really important as a receiver. So, I just wanted to utilize and increase my game in that aspect.
I was at the Colgate game, week one. You know, it was hot in there, and a lot of guys can't deal with the heat indoors. But one thing that was impressive was the amount of deep balls you caught. I think that's a skill as far as tracking the football. Is that something you work on, and what is the most important element of receiver play outside of catching the ball, obviously?
You know, for receiver play, there's a lot of things. You know, blocking is underrated for a receiver. You know, that's a big part of the game. But you know, there's a lot of things like top of the route, creating separation, things like that you can. I'm focused on in the off season. But you know, with the deep balls, it was just fun. You know, being able to run, use my speed, and just not think too much, just run fast and go catch the ball. So you know, it worked out for me.
If you have to critique your game, what part of your game you think, okay, if you're watching yourself play, okay, I could do this a little bit better, I can work on this, I can fine-tune this. What part of your game you think can you fine-tune?
I'm glad you asked that. You know, I'm working on, you know, top of the routes, really getting out the breaks fast, putting that second foot down. You know, that's really what will create separation for the DBs. So, you know, that's the one thing I'm really focusing on.
How important was it for you to come out here and showcase what you can do? Because, quite honestly, Syracuse used to be wide receiver you. You come out here, do your thing. Does that open the door for guys behind you, and it's important for you to showcase that?
You know, definitely. There's a lot of guys in Syracuse right now. Even with the depth chart now, you know, there's a lot of guys who have the ability to talent. So I feel like it's a good stage to kind of open that door for a national stage of receivers at Syracuse.
And final question, what part of your game you think right now is being vastly underrated?
You said earlier I was a speed guy, but I still think that my speed might be a little underrated. Just the fact that, you know, I'm a long, tall, long strider, so it might go unnoticed a little bit. You know, a few months, I have the opportunity to, you know, solidify that.
Blaze up the track up in Indy. Well, we definitely wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.